Allow the children it's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. She off your mind, like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, political, this one not the off in mind. And in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get like.
Allow the children it's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. She off your mind, like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, my ego diary political, my ego don't come, this one not the off in mind. My ego don't come, and in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you lie down, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, my ego diary political, my ego don't come, this one not the off in mind, my ego don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He do they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we not talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, my yegun don't come, my people make you shout.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwọn mọ̀ tó lódodo. Kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Ẹ fara balẹ̀ sẹ́wọ̀n kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lẹ́nu.
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. Good evening to you from wherever you are joining us at this moment. This is Mayegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are tuning in from this moment. It is Mayegun Live, and I want you to please read beyond the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast. Like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell all of them that Mayegun today. It is the battle for the soul of Edo State. Again, this time around, the man they call the Emperor, Little Hitler, Obaseki, is actually not contesting, not running, but at the same time also running, because a lot of those who are back in Edo State today used to be his friends. Some of them as part of his first term as governor, people like Oshi-omo-ole, Werey Wike, and few others. Then part of his second term as well, which also is Werey Wike minus Oshi-omo-ole. So today, the campaign for the soul of Edo State is heating up. And that is where we are going to start this evening. So you're welcome, and thank you for joining us. I've got a series of other, stuff to share with us. I think it is ideal for us to start from Edo State. 3 days ago, the Abdusalami Abubakar, the man that wrote the fraudulent 1999 Constitution, was in Benin City, the Edo State capital, to meet with contestants, participants in the supposed gubernatorial elections that is expected to take place next weekend, 21st of September, 2024. A while back, as majority of them have been threatening fire and brimstone, Obaseki believes that he has the right to choose his own successor that will consolidate all the gains, his achievements. He needed someone who has been part of it to continue, just like Oshi-omo-ole did in 2016, when Oshi-omo-ole brought Obaseki to succeed him. It didn't take long before Dangote trailer passed through them, and they became sworn enemies politically, I believe. Obaseki survived the Oshi-omo-ole's onslaught to get rid of him from getting a second term. Now, Obaseki himself is a godfather now. So 3 or 4 days ago, Abdusalami Abubakar, the fake nationalist, and his friends, like Father Kuka, I mean, not be waiting to call that one with that, Reverend Father Kuka, they took the APC drafted peace treaty or peace accord, but they took it to Obaseki's office, even though Obaseki wasn't running. It's not running for office anymore. But they took it to him, and unfortunately, with his directives, the PDP governorship candidate, Asue Igodalo, was prevented from signing any peace accord. What is the purpose of any peace? That will never have any consequences. Because Nigerian election has always been do or die. It's never about policies. It is never about the people. It is about who can outrig the other. And Obaseki has come of age, cut his own teeth, and he actually told them, this is going to be a do or die, considering the amount of forces coming for him. Now that the Labour Party is also one of the front runners in this their charade. So Obaseki is not leaving any stone unturned, and he's not going to be cowered or tied down by any fraudulent peace treaty or peace accord. But others felt like This shouldn't even be about Obaseki. Obaseki is not running for office. Asue, Godalo, like other participants, are those who should decide if they should sign any peace treaty or not. The argument is argumentum. It is just argumentative. Obaseki knows that APC, Egbekegbe, they are the group of people that come for three things: to steal, to destroy, and to kill. And if you really want to stand up to APC, Egbekegbe, it is better that you shouldn't play their game. So he categorically told Abdusalami Abubakar and Kuka, as well as the INEC Yakubu and the police IG, that no, they are not signing any peace treaty or any peace accord. The one that the PDP APC signed at the national level did not result into anything. People were still attacked during that your last year's charade election. People were killed. And for years that Abdusalami Abubakar and co have always been using this every 4 years to stay relevant. They have never condemned any violence, and they have never punished anyone because they have no real power to punish anybody. You know, if you allow yourself to be rigged out, the likes of Abdusalami Abubakar and co, they can't do anything. But they love it, even after the assurance of the supposed police IG that they believe is already biased. The police IG was in Benin to witness the signing. Labour Party signed it. APC signed it, but PDP didn't. So we are going to start from there, because as we speak, according to those who are in Edo State, it is already violent from both sides. The election has already started claiming their victims. People have been killed. People have been attacked and have been attacked and then injured. People have been harassed and threatened. Oppositions have been kidnapped, or you call it arrest. And in all of this, they believe that Oshi-omo-ole is using the federal power, the federal might, to sort of box the election for his own candidates. So it is like the clash of the godfathers, PDAPC. And of course, as part of our chat tonight, Werey Wike also shed light on what went wrong between himself, the PDP governors, Fubara to be precise, and every other person, including Obaseki too. So I've got loads listed for us. And I think what we're going to start from is going to be from that. Which one should we start from? Should we start from Werey Wike's rant? Because Werey Wike has opened up. He was on Channels Television last night. Oh, feeling so, so good about himself. He's so powerful as we speak. And according to him, a lot of you might be wondering, how come PDP couldn't do anything to Werey Wike? Werey Wike has been the only person, a supposed member of an opposition party, that has stood against his own political party, not in private, in public. He has called their bluff. I mean, it has become so sort of embarrassing that some even believe that maybe Werey Wike has the nude, the nude pictures of some of these PDP guys. Because yesterday, PDP from Kogi State, they announced the suspension of Dinome for anti-party activities. But nobody is touching Werey Wike. Rather, Werey Wike Werey Wike's political structure in Rivers State has gained more strength. Where Fubara and those who promised Fubara that he will be in charge of PDP in Rivers State to possibly safeguard himself by putting his own guys in charge, Werey Wike defeated them. Even though Werey Wike is in APC, Egbekegbe's government, he is so above the PDP that they have no idea what to do to him. Where should we start? I think we should start with Werey Wike, then go to Edo State, where the showdown is ongoing, and then to NNPC, that just announced that, hey, listen, guys, we have, we figured it out. There's no more issue. Dangote refinery, we will buy the products now, okay? But for how much? And for how much are you going to be buying the products? Is it just a diesel, aviation fuel, or petrol as well? All of this, I hope I'm able to provide answers on this program this evening. So let's start with Werey Wike, because one thing leads to another. Let's start with Werey Wike. From last night, what is going on in PDP? Where are you now? How come you are untouchable? How come they can't do anything to you? How did you become this powerful? To supposed once upon a time, the biggest and most powerful political party in the entire Africa. People destroying people. And the man that destroyed PDP. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for your time tonight on the program. Let me quickly take you up on a few issues regarding the politics of Rivers State. And that those who are watching tonight will be wondering, how will this be resolved? Because there are a lot of people who say, it is in Wike's hand to resolve this matter. You are older, you are the former governor, you're a sitting minister, the president has intervened. Are you willing, for the sake of God and the people of Rivers State, to let bygones be bygones and allow peace?
The governor took advantage of the presidential intervention and to insult everybody. I'm an appointee of Mr. President. And people should understand this, first of all. I never had any bargain with Mr. President before I supported Mr. President. And people should know that and know that clearly. I believe in his capacity, and I believe for equity, fairness, and justice, and I never hid my intention of what I'm going to do, of what my friends and myself are going to do. Now, when Mr. President called, for Christ's sake, he's a president of a country. There are things I should not have accepted. But he's a president, and it's our father. By his age and whatever, it's good to be my father. And he appointed me. Why would I say no? Now, what the governor did was to take advantage of that time period. Mr. President said, do this, do this. Then he said, okay, he's appointing, he's bringing back the commissioners. He's doing this, he's doing that. The president said, resubmit your budget. He refused. And then what he did was to tell people to go to court. So that they now say, oh, there are a lot of litigation. I laugh. Come on, at my age, at the level I play politics, somebody will come and tell me that. Then he went to some people in the villa and they start playing some games. I'm a kid, for Christ's sake. I'm not one anybody can say you can tie me. No. I owe my loyalty to Mr. President. And Mr. President knows, I told him that, sir, I think at this point in time now, I cannot continue with this kind of characters. President said, do this, do this, do this, do this. And people went back to tell him, don't worry, play, buy time. And they went and instituted over 40 litigations.
So there are those who will say, Wike will never allow this kind of thing to happen if he's the one.
What do you mean by Wike will not allow this? Did the Wike allow there to be crisis in his state? Was there the crisis? Look, federal government is not fighting you. I was fought by federal government of this country under Buhari. Which governor faced what I faced under Buhari? When people say Wike will not have agreed, which governor in this state, be it APC, be it PDP, be it Labour Party, can say they face what I face? A federal government for them? The APC can tell you what they did to me. But the federal government was fighting for Fubara. Who is he?
What will it take for peace to happen?
Which peace? Peace is to obey the law, the rule of law.
So you fought the federal government?
No, I didn't fight the federal government. I was fighting against injustice. Injustice.
But wait a moment,
yes.
Governor Wike,
yes.
Why are you and Governor Obaseki, why is the fallout between both of you? Because this was a man that you supported. You were the chair of that campaign.
Yeah.
But now there are allegations against you. In fact, this is what Anthony Azegbemi said. He said that the wreck in Edo State is a man linked to you, is your associate.
Okay, thank you very much. I thank God. Do you know who is called Anthony Athiefku from my House of Representatives to be chairman?
He's the PDP chairman of the Edo State.
This is one of the people who have no character.
Why would you say that?
No, he does not have character. He knows. He doesn't come out of it.
Is it fair to
What is it fair? I'm telling you, they can let him challenge me.
Why would you say that?
No, you see, there are people, money is a terrible thing. Let him challenge me how he became chairman of the PDP. We can play the role. Yes, it's correct. He can't say so. When his governor Obaseki came to meet me when I was saying we're scouting to support Igadalo, was it there? They didn't know that the wreck was it's my cousin. When Obaseki brought Igadalo to my house 2 times to support him, they didn't know that the wreck is my cousin. It's just today. They now knew that's my cousin. He was posted when? More than 1 year ago. Now, you see, that is the problem I have in this country. If I told them when they came to me, I said, I'm not going to support you. Neither am I going to support anybody. The one I supported, it never helped anything. Rather, I was insulted up and down.
So you told Governor Obaseki
yes,
you are not going to support him?
Ask him. I told them.
Why wouldn't you support him, though? You supported him the last time.
Yes, but what happened? I became a stupid man. I became somebody. You see, I don't like ingrates in life.
So you are not supporting APC too?
Am I a member of the APC? I'm not a member.
So because they are alleging anti-party activity.
Who's the one to allege?
The Edo PDP.
Who's the
They say you are backing opposition forces.
If they have the guts, let them come out on national television. They don't have the guts.
They said it. They said it right on this program.
Who?
Don Pedro Obaseki.
Who's Don Pedro?
Who's the DG?
Who's the Don Pedro? How do you reduce me to...
No. I'm saying the PDP. It speaks for the PDP.
Can I tell you? Don Pedro couldn't even win 25% for PDP in 2023. Who are these characters you are talking about? Is he not aware that Obaseki came to see me to support their candidate? Is he not aware?
And this was recently.
Of course, I was saying we're scouting. Is he not aware that Obaseki brought his candidate, Igadalo, to see me in the house where I live now? And I told him I will not do anything. I won't support anybody. I want to stay neutral. Now, see, let me tell you the mistake they made. For accusing my first cousin. You've made a mistake. You know why? I was thinking I'm strong. You are meeting a rock. He will not be wrecked. You can never. Let me tell you, even the INEC chairman cannot tell you what to do.
He's a stubborn man.
He will tell you, go to hell with your job. He said the problem with Nigeria is that until you koto, for more than 1 year he has been there. You never know he was weakest cousin.
But they say you influence his appointment. Is that true?
Why should I know? What is our appointment? So I will influence my enemy's appointment. I should go and influence my enemy's appointment now.
So you influence the appointment.
So if I hear that my cousin should be appointed, I should go to call a imam, call a pastors. Please don't allow my cousin to be appointed. I shouldn't say, please help for him to be appointed. What nonsense is that? If you remove him now, will you not go to another state? Would there not be election there? Would there not be election in another state? For Christ's sake, federal government brought 2019. You know, it was a war in rivers. The army came. I stood it. In 2015, when National Assembly and the State Assembly elections were all notified by the Court of Appeal, we went for the run. Do you know what happened? The military came. We stood. 2019, from my second tenure, the military came. The GOC came. Saham, he had been retired. Who didn't know what happened? I stood firm. I said, okay, the people will react. The people will go to the ballot. What is all this? Every time you accuse this person, you accuse this person. If you're not prepared for election, if you're not prepared for leadership, forget it. I am prepared. Let me tell you, I came here. I was appointed as minister. The day I was appointed, there were all kinds of conspiracy. North, South, West, Christian, Muslim, this, wicked. I said to her, it will not work. I will not agree. Even in the FCC secretariat, there are those who felt untouchable. I kick it out to get out from here. I'm not this kind of person. That I'm asking for 20 billion, 100 billion. What would I be doing?
Is that the case? Is that true?
But that's what I'm saying. You turned up lies against me. Against me. I brought you up, put you here, put you here, push you here. Today, I turned to be wicked survive over demanding. What is wicked demanding? In every politics, in every political family, you run an election under people.
So do you notice the level, the level of incoherence from what he's saying, right? Anyway, let me help you understand what he's practically saying in that first part of that video I shared with you. As we speak, the INEC resident electoral commissioner for Edo State is Werey Wike's first cousin. So, and he said, Obaseki brought Asue Igodalo to his house to beg him twice to speak with his cousin so that they can work it out. You know, it's not all about all of you that want to vote. In Nigeria, it is not the voters that matters, but the people that count the votes, then announce the results. Okay? So when they rig you out, that's how they will rig you out. So by the time they tell you to go to court, they also control the courts. So according to Werey Wike, he has done so much for some of the people that have come for him that this is his own time, or it's a payback time for all of them, including Obaseki. Because according to him, when everybody rejected him, everyone rejected him in the sense that in their power hierarchy, where things are permutated behind the scene, before all of you go to the poll to go and cast your ballot and say you want to vote, right? It's already concluded behind the scene that when the powers that be, these criminals, the gang that write result and all of that, when they've concluded that Obaseki wasn't coming back, Werey Wike became Obaseki's campaign director for second term. But now, after that, Obaseki insulted him, attacked him, called him names, and conspired to destroy him politically. But all of that failed. When Thiefnubu appointed him as minister, he said majority of them did everything to make sure that Thiefnubu dropped him, but it all failed. So now the election is coming. They are coming back to him to want to use him again. No. But is a member of your political party now? No, I'm not supporting. Are you now going to support APC? No, I'm not supporting anybody. You get it now? But your cousin is the returning resident electoral commissioner. He is the one that's going to announce the results after the election. So you want to say that because my cousin is the resident electoral commissioner. So you want me to influence him? For everybody who knows my first cousin, that's him trying to kind of pretend that his first cousin's appointment, he didn't influence it. So he said if they move him away and take him to another state, would there not be election in that state? Will people now say, oh, because he's related to Werey Wike, let us remove him again and move him somewhere else? The impunity in your electoral system. That is why we told you that participating in any charade election is a waste of time and waste of resources, waste of life. The whole thing is rigged behind the scene. Out of 36 state resident electoral commissioners in Nigeria, 35 of them are card-carrying members of APC. For some of you are preparing for another election, Abi, your Edo election is going to be first eye-opener. He said this, he did everything to make Fubara who he is. But Fubara continued to spread lies about him, like he was demanding for money. He was demanding for 20 billion every month and all of that. Meanwhile, in every political family, people who invested in you to bring you to power, they expect something in return. because this is how to sustain a political family, a political structure. That Fubara deceived Thiefnubu. That he knew what he wanted to do to Fubara, and people who betrayed him, he knew what he was going to do to them. But Fubara played them by agreeing to a peace deal or a peace accord when Thiefnubu called them. So while they were trying to form a peace accord, Fubara sent all his guys to go to different courts and obtain a court judgment, which they now used against his own people to decimate them. Where a day is coming and it's so near and it's starting from Edo State, okay? Then they say, but people are accusing you of anti-party. I said, who are those people? Who are those people? Those people that if not because of him, they will be nothing. They are the ones accusing him of anti-party. Let them go ahead and do something. Here is the other part of it. Much of his conversation are incoherent. You just have to take time and pick up some of the indictment on national television. In Nigeria, people that decide who kind of win election or who loses election. And if you don't like that, you can go to court. Listen to the other part.
In every political family, you run an election under people, and people believe that, look, we're all together. We must have to keep our political structure. There's nobody that ever said that, no, you kill your people. You rose through somewhere. Why do you deny it? It's unfair. And you want me to see that.
But what were your demands?
Never.
What did you demand of him?
My demand, and I've always said, no, let me, when I say demand, you see, it's so unfair. And that's why today I tell people, yes, life is the way it is. You must continue. What is that? Don't abandon those who labored for you.
Is that what he did?
That's what. He left everybody. People came, look, let me tell you. What was the problem with the national legal advisor of the party? When 2023, we fought with national party level. After we won the election, the national legal advisor went and brought lawyers to defend PDP in election petition. They had a meeting to nullify our election. Yes, it's true. I said, no, I won't sit here and allow you to bring lawyers for us. We went to court to challenge at the Federal High Court. You cannot, that is legal advisor of the state party, can nominate those that will represent them. Because I saw it clearly. They wanted to work with the opposition party to nullify our election. And I fought it vehemently. We arranged proper legal, lawyers who know what to do.
But look, I mean,
no, let me finish.
Okay.
Now, do you know what happened? We went on the Federal High Court, and the Federal High Court said, no, you cannot. They have a right to choose who will represent them. Do you understand? Now, today, it is those people who fought to sabotage us, to bring lawyers to work on the side of the opponent, to nullify election, are those who you cry. Look, I brought the best of the best legal team. Kanagabi, Jebu Daudu, totally out of place. I will not be a part of that.
Minister,
yes.
If push comes to shove, right?
Yes.
Would you side with Governor Fubara?
To do what?
If to settle this cause.
What is this
Because
cause?
if the Oyibo and the Ogoni people say they must have it, would you be on the side of Governor? Considering that you were the one who raised this hand up.
Don't use that word. I will never support Fubara in my political life again.
Why?
No, I won't do that. Anybody knows me.
Is your political godson?
No, please, sir, I will not do that. I'm not, you see, that's why people should know me. I'm not the man who deals with left. I won't do that. Anybody knows that. And I cannot sit.
What did he do to you?
No, it's not about me. People labored to put up a structure. People labored where you wouldn't have even taken the 50th position. People labored. I sacrificed to talk to the Ogonis. I sacrificed to talk to several people. Let us go this way. Let's see how things are. You turned it that I'm asking for 20 billion, 100 billion. Look at what people are doing.
Is that the case? Is that true?
But that's what I'm saying. You turned up lies against me. Against me. I brought you up, put you here put you here, push you here. Today, I turned to be wicked survive over demanding. What is wicked demanding? In every politics, in every political family, you run an election under people, and people believe that, look, we are all together. We must have to keep our political structure. There's nobody that ever said that, no, you kill your people. You rose through somewhere. Why do you deny it? It's unfair. And you want me to see that.
But what were your demands?
Never.
What did you demand of him?
My demand, and I've always said, no, let me, when I say demand, you see, it's so unfair. And that's why today I tell people, yes, life is the way it is. You must continue. What is that? Don't abandon those who labored for you.
Is that what he did?
That's what. Yeah, he left everybody. People came, look, let me tell you. What was the problem with the national legal advisor of the party? When 2023, we fought with national party level. After we won the election, the national legal advisor went and brought lawyers to defend PDP in election petition. They had a meeting to nullify our election. Yes, it's true. I said, no, I won't sit here and allow you to bring lawyers for us. We went to court to challenge at the Federal High Court. You cannot, that is legal advisor of the state party, can nominate those that will represent them. Because I saw it clearly. They wanted to work with the opposition party to nullify our election. And I fought it vehemently. We arranged proper legal, lawyers who know what to do.
But look, I mean,
no, let me finish.
Okay.
Now, do you know what happened? We went on the Federal High Court, and the Federal High Court said, no, you cannot. They have a right to choose who will represent them. Do you understand? Now, today, it is those people who fought to sabotage us, to bring lawyers to work on the side of the opponent, to nullify election, are those who you cry. Look, I brought the best of the best legal team. Kanadabi, Jebu Daudu, Okala, all of them. All of them.
And you won the case?
We won from tribunal to the Supreme Court. Today, it pained me most with one of the lawyers who stood firm without calling a dime in the tribunal. The governor wrote that all the cases, while I was there, he handled it. You see, we are not human. Ingratitude is politicians.
But why do they see you as an outsider in your party? You say you have not left PDP.
There is nobody, no governor today in PDP. No, not anybody born of a woman can say I'm an outsider. Who?
They're perceiving you as a mole because they think you're working with the APC government.
No,
they think that you have your legs on one hand and your another leg on the other place.
Cheryl, some of us we will have them to maintain. Cheryl, before I took this appointment, I wrote to PDP. I wrote to PDP National, I wrote to PDP Zonal, I wrote to PDP in my state. My governor also signed the letter. I should take the appointment. Yes, it's true. The zonal party wrote, I should accept. The national, I wrote, who in PDP did not write nominate names to President Thiefnubu for appointment? Who?
They did?
They did, yes. Let them come to say they did not do it. You see, the problem we have in this country is that some people think they are too smart. They want to use people. I am not that kind of person. So what I want to do, I will do. What I will not do, everybody knows I won't do it. It doesn't mean you can't look. You know, one of the things that why when they say I'm a mole, who is that person? I dare anybody in PDP come out on national television. I dare any governor. I dare any national working committee member to come out on national television and say I'm a mole. Let anybody come out.
Is your heart 100% in the PDP?
What are you talking about? Who is the one?
No, because your ally, Tony Okocha, is the caretaker.
Hold on.
And they believe that you are holding two structures of the party in one state.
So, in 2023, did I not say I won't support you for president? Did I do it at the back?
Nuisance, Lele.
This is the character. Guess what? In Nigeria, there are already finished Nigerians that actually adores him. They call him a very strong man. You listen to that incoherent nonsense he just spewed here for nearly 10 minutes, right? The question was, what were your demands? And he went on, you are a betrayer of your own party. They believe that you are a mole. He is currently controlling the APC structure, APC and PDP in Rivers State as we speak. And it's okay. To somebody like him, it's okay. So he dared. He said, listen, all these people are just hypocrites. How many of these PDP governors did not write Thiefnubu that they wanted to nominate minister? They wanted appointment for this, for that from Thiefnubu's government. So no, they don't have any mouth to call him a mole. This is a business transaction. Nobody should act like they are saints. That's exactly what it is. These are the characters that are in charge of the political space of Nigeria. Now let's go to that Edo State. At least it's mentioned Obaseki and others, right? The police IG was there telling people why they have to sign a peace accord and then make the election peaceful, blah, blah, blah. And PDP said, no, we are not signing. Egbe, Toku. We're going to be calling that guy. Is Egbe, Toku, the remaining waste. The remaining waste.
Yeah, I think that this is from the chairman of PDP in the state. You accuse the IG of being a partisan IG for making arrests in connection with the killing of a policeman at the airport. If that makes me partisan, if you hold the opinion that the IG is partisan for going after the killers of a policeman, I think you will remain with that opinion forever. We are not out to arrest members of any political party. This is not the first state the police will be involved in an election under my leadership as the Inspector General of Police. We supported INEC in conducting election in Bayelsa, governorship election. We supported INEC in conducting election in Imo and Kogi State. But this is the first time someone will accuse the IGP of being partisan for going after the killers of the policeman. Then you also stated that the military arrested an individual and recovered thousands of PVCs in his house, and the IGP is covering that person, covering it up and protecting the person. I want to let you know that this issue you raised, I am not aware of it. The Commissioner of Police is seated here. He didn't report any such incident to me that it happened in Edo State. It was when you raised it that I asked him on the high table if that ever happened in Edo State. And he told me that, yes, something like that happened, but it was a very trivial issue, that 63 voters' cards were found with the individual, with the two individuals that were arrested, and that the two individuals even belong to different political parties. He said he told me that just now that the two individuals have been released on bail, and have instructed him immediately to send the case file to INEC for prosecution of those suspects. Yes, my friend from the CSO wants an explanation on the statement I made that orderlies and VIPs, guards of VIPs will be withdrawn on the eve of the election, but an alternative security arrangement will be made for them. We will not leave our VIPs so vulnerable. I said we'll make alternative arrangements for them because as at the eve of this election, the security forces will have been dominating the entire state. People look for individual security when general security is not adequate. But in the case of this, by the eve of election, the whole state will have been dominated by security. There will be enough security in the state that even the VIPs will no longer need personal security. But that does not mean that we will leave them vulnerable and open to attacks by hoodlums. That's not going to happen. We will still protect them.
APC Police IG Egbe Tokan or Egbe Toku, the remaining ruin. However, indeed, the PDP who said they are not going to sign anything, that was championed by Obaseki, who believes that the orcs are gathering and his achievements in Edo State in 8 years will not be enough to save his supposed stooge Asue from succeeding. So everybody would have to go down the tough route, do whatever it's going to take. Okay? But unfortunately for Obaseki, he's actually running against the tide. I am not sure how many of Edo people are still with him. If they will be able to repeat the Edo is not Lagos with this army of APC that have already locked down their states. And yeah, it is never going to be about whether people want APC or not. It's about those who have made the conclusion APC must be declared winner in Edo State. Or maybe if the people have the enough power, they may resist them. But for who? You also have the Labour Party, a sort of a neutral party that is believed to be, capable of dividing all share their votes, or share the power between these two monstrous political parties. Here is the Reverend Father Kuka, the one that is always following Abdusalami Abubakar, that terrorist, about with their peace accord. Is so upset. And his reaction when PDP said they won't sign. Oh, let's first hear from the PDP that said they won't sign.
Now, for the police, as a party, we have not seen a partisan Nigerian police as under this idea. We are so disappointed. And I'll tell you what.
In 2020.
Sorry about that. See, you guys are becoming too good now. Like you are becoming very good in naming them. I love that. Reverend Father Crooked. I like that. I thought I could call him Kuka. Or somebody said no, Crook. But rather, add the ED to it. Reverend Father Crooked. We'll come back to that. The PDP chairman, please.
Now, for the police, as a party, we have not seen a partisan Nigerian police as under this idea. We are so disappointed. And I'll tell you what. Before the 17th of July, Edo State were very peaceful. All the parties had conducted their primaries, everything was peaceful. People were going all over the place with their families. Nothing happened. Until that unfortunate incident at the airport, and all hell has been let loose. The Nigerian police has been so biased under this idea that I have a long list of my party members that have been arrested in a Gestapo style They break into their homes, take them out of their homes. They don't care the wives and their lawyers where they are. People are taken to Abuja 4 a.m. in the night. Who does that? Under democracy. I won't read out on them, but just with a few people that are being harassed by the police. Lucky, I did that. Person, Owago. Master, Francis Lebedeki, Dr. Kelly Lebedeki. These are all people that the police are attempting to arrest and they are harassing. There are people that are in the custody of the police for upwards of 2 weeks. Would you believe that? Then 2024, Nigeria, you arrest somebody in the night, you take it to Abuja in the night, 2 weeks, people are with you, you have not charged them to court. I don't just get it. And I will wish to remind Nigerian police that this is a no. This is a no. And the blood of those that are due to the new mode in the 16th century still flows in our veins. Those that have been arrested and have been with the police for upwards of 2 weeks are Noel Matthews, Amos Tom, Oshi-omo-ole, Kingsley Osahon, Kehinde Okolotu, and some others. Why will the police not charge them to court? Why take them to Abuja in the middle of the night as if they are criminals? The third group of people that the police under this IGP, this partisan IGP, is harassing and have declared them wanted as the police. Dr. Kelly Lebedeki, he is
on. You probably will never remember the name, so there's no point in playing the whole video. All the names he's mentioning, majority of you watching this broadcast are not interested, right? At least that was him tabling, was there tabling his grievances of how the police, they don't trust the police and why they will not sign any peace accord. Everybody just enter streets. May they slug them out. May nobody deceive anybody. But Reverend Father Crooked, the partner to terrorist Abdul Salami Abubakar, had this to say. Crooked, Lababs, thank you very much for that, sir. Very generous of you. Thank you. Reverend Father Crooked.
Because there is no part of this country that has produced the number of party chairmen that Edo State has produced. Edo State produced Attorney Adede. Edo State produced Tommy Dimi. Edo State produced John Oyemo. Edo State produced Comrade Adam Oshi-omo-ole. So this is evidence that you have the opportunities that God can give to you. So please, we take those seriously. Want to encourage you to please ensure that these elections are free, fair, and credible. Everybody will go finish and go back to their country. We are the ones who are going to live here. And either chairman, please, it is not true that whatever results come out, it is like God wants it. Please, what are we going to do? We are not finished yet until we are going to all everything as an opportunity to explore the remedies they can find. When you finish, whether Supreme Court, it is because there is nowhere to go after Supreme Court. That's why you can say, okay, God, I have nowhere else to go. I live in your heart. So please, we like to appeal to all contestants. By the time we come here, please try and resolve the problems. There are channels for the resolution. The peace committee has the mechanisms to help when it is necessary, collaboration with IBM and ICP to resolve something. We don't want to come here on the day of this event before we start hearing grievances that people expect. Please, let's respect the process, respect the environment, and we come here to accompany you, and say, we shall not cry more than you. So, once again, we have a chairman of the peace committee. Let us stand up for our great country idea.
They had elections in Venezuela last month. As we are talking now, the candidate who said he won the election has fled, is now living in Spain. So let us thank God that we have the opportunity in Nigeria to spread our hands in search of justice. We continue to pray that God will strengthen the judicial processes, strengthen all our institutions. There will come a time, there will come a day when elections will be free, fair, and credible. And like somebody said when they observed elections in Ghana many years ago, they said the elections were free, they were fair, but they were not free from fear. So, as we can see, there is no we don't have a PAR for election. I wish we had. But as you can see, they've been playing football for over 100 years. Still, the rules are changing. So please, we hope that every failure, correction will be made and the next election will be better. And we are thankful to God that Nigerians are learning the lesson, becoming confident about elections as legitimate and only means of people getting to power, and that the worst election cannot be remedied by another election. So once again, I want to thank His Excellency the Governor of Edo State, thank all the political actors, and thank all of you for being here with us. May God bless us, may God bless the state of Edo, may God bless our dear country Nigeria, for you the media people, who did most of the work, the decorations here, and everybody, on behalf of this committee, and I want to thank you for doing such a wonderful job. God bless you all. IGP, thank you very much. Chairman of ICAN, General Nagway, Professor. This is your hometown, which is not be the one thanking you. Professor Gogodia is a several doctor, daughter of Edo State. We thank you for being here. Our chairman, once again, thank you very much, and may God send
Nuisance lele.
So that they go everywhere. Because they will give them millions of naira, okay, as a working Esther code. And then they go about, you know the way they are, it's like a packaged stamp, okay? The man that had the chance of making himself life president, but just robbed Nigeria for 11 months, stole trillions of naira, okay? And then he handed over power to a civilian. And all of his sins is corruption and everything forgiven. And that makes him elder statesman, Abdulsalami Abubakar, somebody who's supposed to stay jail, right? So because of that, he's enjoying that. To make it legit, they added somebody where they put a small cap for head. They send a man of God, Reverend Father Crooked. And once that one says, you know, in the name of God and all of that, let us try and make this election peaceful and peaceful. Even now that people have been saying that one day, maybe one day we'll have a peaceful, free and fair elections in Nigeria, and this is our country. But after that, if you die in the election, Baba, you die wrongfully. They carry your body go police station. You die wrongfully. People die in their elections, and after that, you don't go see Reverend Father Crooked anymore. You will not see Abdul Salami. You will not see any of these guys anymore until the next another election. They will show again. They will show again and begin to talk about peace. So the Edo people feels like they can't be deceived, like the women. Thank you so much, Joe. Aoki 360-degree. That's very generous of you, sir. Thank you. Here, the Edo women.
I'm from Rivers State.
Be very clear. Edo PDP women. So that we will not mix them together. Misrepresentation. Edo PDP women, they left the scene and took to the streets to say they do not believe in the IG, in INEC, and the rest of all this gang that have now suddenly loved the Edo. They love Edo so much that they want your election to be peaceful. And a lie. But it's not going to be any peaceful election anyway. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. So why are they lying to themselves?
Another challenge. Good women of Edo State, we are tired of suffering. Our husband is being arrested every day. Our children, they are victims of the police. So many people that is keeping peace in this Edo State has been arrested. They don't want free and fair election. We want free and fair election.
We need phones back.
Stop us in the door. God will not let it. Everybody, where you wish I do well, where you want to make it door continue.
How many people police go shoot? 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 Go shoot us tire.
Anarchy loans. Anarchy loans.
And that's the state of Edo. Meanwhile, Oshi-omo-ole also has something to say. Now that they believe that since Obaseki has told the PDP not to sign any peace accord, that in itself is a declaration of war. But this guy believes that why is Obaseki the one telling them not to sign? Obaseki is not contesting for any election. So why? He has some other things he added though. But listen to this on top this Edo election. So
you know, signing a peace accord or reaching an agreement to maintain peace and orderliness in the run-up to the election and thereafter is not statutory and it's not mandatory. But like you said, it's a show of goodwill and commitment to making sure that Edo is peaceful for all of us. And by extension, Nigeria is peaceful. We cannot afford to have an election that will be so crisis-ridden as to make everybody in the country apprehensive. I'm sure that was the brain behind the whole initiative. To make sure that, yes, people are committed to ensuring peace, orderliness. Because once you have peace, orderliness, and people are free to exercise their franchise democratically, that is when you will now have a democratic election that will be truly free, fair, and transparently a manifestation of the wish of the people of Edo State. So for me, it's a good sign that the initiative is laudable. But unfortunately, the PDP, as it were, refused to sign the accord. Like I said earlier, it's not mandatory. So it's not a statutory thing that you must sign. If they choose not to sign, well, it's their luck. But for the sake of putting the records straight, at least 16 political parties signed out of the 17. And that is fair enough. That is good. That is good. But the only reason I can adduce, if you permit me to proceed further, is that the mayhem that has been going on in Edo State cannot be acceptable to anybody. The killings, the destruction of properties that have been going on for some days now is most unfortunate. And for the governor and his party to refuse to sign, to commit themselves to ensuring peace and orderliness during the election and after the election, it shows that they are ready to still continue to carry out these attacks. And it's most unfortunate because I can't see any reasonable cause for attack against security agents that even led to the killing of an inspector of police. Just 2 weeks ago, right from up Edo North, Edo local government area, 3 persons were attacked. Properties were vandalized. As we speak, not less than 4 or 5 persons from Esako. They are in the hospital. We are attacked. And in Ekmoma, the university town of Ekmoma, about 4 or 5 persons were attacked. They are all lying critically here at the hospital. And this thing is not good for our polity. And I want to advise my brother, the governor. You are the governor of Edo State. You cannot continue to sponsor mayhem. You cannot continue to sponsor attack against your people because immunity will end one day. And above all, if we want to talk of democratic principles, it is not by you forcing yourself on the people. You must not insist that it is the person you brought that must be governor at all costs. It is not possible. Okay. Election is a goodwill. If you enjoy the goodwill of the people, fine, they will give it to you without you even fighting for it. But unfortunately, what we have in Edo State today, everybody is apprehensive. There is tension everywhere. People even run away from Benin as I speak with you because the governor has directed. And thank God, the Inspector General of Police has disbanded the Edo State Security Network because they be constituting a lot of havoc. When the body was set up, some of us were happy that we have such an outfit, at least to fight insecurity. But unfortunately, it turned out they became an instrument that is being used for political vendetta, political oppression and suppression. So at the end of the day, it goes to show that the peace accord was necessary, was inevitable, but unfortunately, they refused to commit themselves.
Okay, you made that very clear that it's not it's not a mandatory gesture.
No, it's not mandatory.
And you also stated that these attacks are being orchestrated by the governor. Can you tell us, as a barrister, can you tell us about the proof you have about those?
No, the governor himself said it, that if his people that committed criminal offense are arrested, Nigeria will burn. Openly, he didn't hide it. And if you follow events consequentially that have been happening since he made that statement, all his people, all his followers have been making the same statement that Nigeria will. But a few days ago, his chief thug, who imposed on Nigeria Labour Congress as state chairman of Nigeria Labour Congress, Oshi-omo-ole, you cannot write his name. But the governor insisted, anti-democratically, he insisted that he must be the chairman of Nigeria Labour Congress. A stark illiterate. Openly picked up a microphone. Governor was standing, he was announcing to the crowd that if they don't declare a local government area for PDP, Nigeria, signing a peace accord or...
Is that true? Because I saw a video of Obaseki, indeed, right? When he said, if APC, Egbekegbe, should try and rig the election in Edo State, Nigeria will burn. Edo people, not true. Here is another person banking on this, not signing the peace accord as a catalyst for mayhem, as an excuse for war. And they say there is so much apprehension in Edo State, where a lot of people are currently living under the fear of possible attack. But every finger is pointing at the governor, Obaseki. Here is another guy.
In 2020, Obaseki had the goodwill of the federal government under Buhari. Remember, it was on your program, Oshi-omo-ole was removed as national chairman in the evening. He activated that. He knew that was the only way he could win that election. He was at the peace signing of the peace accord in 2020. What has changed? He wants to control the structure. In 2016, it was Oshi-omo-ole that made him governor with his goodwill. He didn't complain about commissioner of police. In 2020, he cried to Buhari. I mean, because of the internal wranglings in the APC, they removed Oshi-omo-ole. He enjoyed full support of the federal government. This is the very first election he's supporting a candidate where he's not getting support. Remember, the first election he had as a general election as governor in recent times after I left Oshi-omo-ole was the election of last year. What was the performance of PDP? They had 3 senators, they lost. In the election that took place on the 25th of February last year, PDP did not win a single ward in the entire Edo South. That is the fear Obaseki is having. Why is he interested in who is commissioner of police? This man has an army. He calls them Edo Vigilante. These are people who commit crimes against Edo people. But they are non-state actors.
You don't have evidence to...
I'm talking of an incident that took place at the airport. The day Philip Shaibu came
and you can
from
link
Abuja
them
to Benin.
The Edo Security Network.
That is why the governor is screaming blue murder. The ugly of the APC candidate was shot and killed. The governor did not show any sign of remorse. They were celebrating in government house, only for the governor to come and say, if any of the people who killed that man are arrested, Nigeria will burn. The video was viral. I don't know if channels, but other TV stations used the video.
But the issue was that the police said they arrested some people in relation to it, and we heard Asue and Obaseki saying, let us see those who are arrested. Let us know the import on the outcome of what really happened.
For me, I think what is important is the persons that have been declared wanted. About 15 of them are being housed in government house. I know their names. If you want me to mention their names, I'll mention their names. They even moved with Obaseki on the campaign ground. He keeps them under his immunity as governor. Some of them will go on national TV, like there's one, Olaye. That man comes into political party meetings with a pump action. I've challenged him once in one of our meetings.
Have you seen it before? You've seen the pump action in his...
I'm telling you, I'm a manta. I don't know how to lie. My name is Truth. He has come for a meeting with a pump action. I complained to the chief of staff. They said, no, that's his style. That same man was one of those involved in that murder. He said the other day, my local government...
What's the allegation that... Of criminal,
I'm telling you
when you are alleging that someone committed murder.
He's hiding under the cover of the government.
But do you have evidence? You can't.
I just told you that he moves around with a pump action.
No, but did you see him kill the person?
There's an allegation.
I wouldn't allow you to murder someone's character on television because you're a lawyer. You know that when you say someone killed, just a moment.
I said he was involved in that allegation of murder. I didn't say he shot at him. But these are the persons who are suspects. The law presumes him innocent, but why is Obaseki preventing the police from doing their work? That is our grouse. The police officer that was killed has a family. Why are they trying to frustrate the police? So the commissioner of police in the state, Obaseki wants him to do his bidding. These individuals that, I give you the present instance now. The local government chairman in East and West, we had APC people in the campaign ground. You went there with your boys. They almost killed one of them. Then what did he do? He bandaged his hand. He was arrested. They realized that he had no injury. And he actually has admitted he was arraigned today. As I speak to you, he was arraigned today. So the law must take its course. The only person that has immunity is Obaseki. Okay, look at the way he has been treating his deputy governor. A man that is not crime wolf was a man that ejected his deputy governor from government house. He has an impostor who parades himself as deputy governor. So I think the Nigerian state must protect the electoral process. If they are saying that, oh, because they didn't sign the peace accord, and they are saying that the elections must hold. When the governor had local government elections, did the heavens fall? We know what happened during the local, that's the most recent election. So they should allow INEC to do their work. They should allow the police to do their work. Whoever has committed a criminal offense must face the law.
So you have painted a picture as though the system has always favored Obaseki.
Exactly. So but this time around, it's not favoring him, and it's screaming blue mother.
So it's favoring the APC now?
Not favoring him. Due process is being followed, and Obaseki is screaming blue mother. I ask you,
due process,
is it not the duty of the police to provide security? Is it the duty of non-state actors like the people Obaseki calls his vigilante, who move with arms that are not allowed? They move with pump action?
But, I mean, so the question I'm asking, for example, Blessing Agbomere wearing a spy police uniform, is that the kind of favor that your party is enjoying?
I totally condemn that in the strongest of terms, because for me, wearing a uniform is a sign of authority. I know what the spy police is about. Their duty is to assist the police. But for me, he abused that privilege. And whatever it is that the police are saying that they will do, I think the law must take its course. It does not matter who is involved. Because when we talk of the rule of law, we are talking of equality before the law. If an APC person commits an offense, he should face the law.
But these are some of the
person
these are some of the handwriting they say they're seeing on the wall, indicating that your party is being favored into going towards this election.
But you heard what the police said, that he has been arrested.
So now, how do you defend or how do you convince Nigeria that that is not just a snippet of what to come? That your party, because they say that your party is in connivance with the police force.
With profound respect, they've been celebrating the arrest of Agbomere, right? So in one breath, they celebrate his arrest. In another breath, they are saying some persons should not be arrested. And these persons move freely inside government house. Whenever the governor, there was a time they were to arrest Olaye on a campaign ground. The governor's chief security officer resisted that arrest. So for me, I think the governor must understand he's not on the ballot. People have been complaining that he operates as a godfather. He has proven that he's the godfather of Asue because when the former head of state, Abdul Salim Abubakar, visited him, he was speaking as if he's a candidate that they will not sign. It is not the duty of the governor to sign that peace accord. It's the duty of his party and the candidate of the PDP, which in this case is Asue.
Are you worried about that the PDP candidate did not sign?
I think it was the instruction Obaseki gave him, his godfather gave him. And Obaseki gave us a hint. And they are even saying they will boycott next week's election. People boycotted the local government elections. Did the heavens fall? That election was rigged by PDP back to back. This election is one of the freest and fairest we've seen so far. You find a situation where we have a candidate of the PDP. INEC was supposed to disqualify him. This is a man that does not have a voter's card. The INEC was very magnanimous to him. We know what happened in court. But I don't want to go into...
They are all holding Obaseki to his word that it seems that Obaseki is sounding desperate. And I can understand because he knows the forces the forces coming for him. He said he's enjoyed the Hitler-like sort of home run. He's conducted local government elections where his party, PDP, cleared the whole thing 2 times and others have licked their wounds. But whatever it was, when Obaseki made these threats, is speaking from the position of payment, I think.
We just kept quiet last Thursday. Yeah. If they try what they tried last Thursday, Nigeria will burn. And I will lead it. You don't behave like that. We are past that stage. If you want to you go to court, you wait for the court. I mean, we're not animals. The fact that we kept quiet, I told all of you, you are the one that have something to lose. Do not mean that they should take us for granted. Those people who did it, they refused to arrest them. Rather, they want to come and arrest our boys. Let them try. We just...
So that statement of, if they continue to arrest my supporters, Nigeria will burn and I will lead it. That's what he said. I will lead it.
We just kept quiet last Thursday. Yeah. If they try what they tried last Thursday, Nigeria will burn. And I will lead it.
And I will lead it. at another event, right? The people they are pointing at, because that's why I said those guys you watched earlier, they are APC guys, no doubt. But there are also those that have been beaten by Obaseki's, hang. Here is another threat from Obaseki's camp to their opposition. So that's why it's like a showdown. We are not signing any peace accord. This one a fight to finish. Now do or die.
Barrister Dr. Asue and Barrister Asue. I want to tell you people, I want to assure you that you people, PDP, our party is going to win it. 80%, 20%. I'm going to be certain of this one they will declare Asue and Yoruba a winner. If they refuse to do that, I just said we down.
That's their politics. All of this because everybody love Edo people now. Election is coming. They love you. Okay? And they have to do everything. They don't love you. You know they don't. Similarly, Oshi-omo-ole also had this to say.
What do you want to talk about? What can you say about the signing of this accord and one party refused to sign?
Well, because they have already declared the NSC chairman, who is their local government leader, Olaye, has already announced that whatever happens at the polling booth, if Asue is not declared the winner, that Nigeria or Edo will burn. They have already said that. So, by fire, by force, they must be declared the winner. And so, if they've taken that violent part, they cannot sign to peace because they do not believe in peace. I mean, it's very clear. Now, he was under federal might. He won election in 2016. We ran against each other 2020. He won against federal might. This time he's talking about because he, with his eyes open, when we denied him ticket in APC, he went to PDP. He went there and destroyed the PDP, split it. They now have what I'm sure you know they call legacy PDP. This is his deputy governor. He has left it to join APC. So he's like an old goat whose children has run away and is now in the cold. So there's nothing you are going to tell him. He knows that there is no miracle for them to win. And that's why they are resorting to violence here and there. But your TV station, Arise, is not being fair. And I'm going to report to your chairman. Because Arise should maintain its credibility and not swell his hand because whoever the TV host favored is not likely to win. In any case, this election will be decided in Edo by Edo people, and Edo people only.
All for Edo State, right? I mean, they must love you so much. Politicians must love you, Edo people. Even though Edo people themselves have already taken sides, okay? And right now, it's pretty much not about policies. It's not about what anyone wants to do. It's pretty much about saving those ones who they chop Edo money right now with Obaseki. They have to do everything to keep it that way and save Edo State from Oshi-omo-ole's group, which they believe that they want to come and replace them to start chopping Edo money. In all of this, Edo people no dey inside the permutation at all. We're away from all the threats, okay? Athiefku was also in Edo State today. And yesterday, I think, what's that artist's name? What's her name again? Mercy Johnson or something. She was there for APC. Yeah, you know Mercy.
On the 21st of September. Una
tire, no light, no water, no good health care, no security, no good roads. No never tire. If you go vote on 21st, raise your hand. If you go vote for Senator on Monday at Pacomiza, raise your hand. My husband said, now who run me, now go carry first. Una sure? I use God beg una. This campaign, now operation one man tell the other. One woman tell the other. My mother-in-law, they always say, women, between what we carry, now our husband and our children, on Saturday the 21st, now time for us to prove them. Say Edo must good. So when you reach that field early in the morning, now Senator Monday at Pacomiza, now you go vote. ABC now you go vote. Go on, prove now you go vote for. Where we go put down for? Where we go put down for?
Mercy, mercy. So was Athiefku and others too, when they arrived at Edo State today, to mobilize support for Asue. You know, Obi was there 2 days ago. Alex Otti was there yesterday. Everybody loves Edo people. Edo people will now be the ones that, if to say indeed your vote go count, now go determine. Because you are the beautiful bride now. Everybody loves you. No policy, no nothing, just about, you want electricity? Yeah. You want a good road? Yeah. You want hospital? Yeah. Vote APC, vote PDP. They will come back again 4 years' time. They will come back another 4 years' time. For 4 years, they promise you the same thing. I know they tire. Charade is what you are participating in, not elections. But it is what it is. It's like a ritual. Here was Athiefku in Edo State, Benin, today.
How are you? You are welcome. Yeah, you are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. I think we got that right.
River State governor.
Edo, and in a week time, we are going to see how much resilience of Edo people will withstand the onslaughts. You have Labour Party, Olumide Akpata. You have PDP, Asue Igodalo. And then you have the other one from APC. In an election that has been determined, somehow, but we shall see. We will leave Edo for now, okay? Let's quickly touch something about tomorrow, something that is happening tomorrow. And that is the new announcement made by a U-turn made by Thiefnubu's regime from sabotaging Dangote to now supporting Dangote. People said they probably have, they might have solved the problem of availability of petroleum product. I'm not sure if it's petrol or diesel that they are lifting tomorrow. NNPCL, they embarked on this media PR, okay, to say that now all of the misunderstandings between Dangote and NNPCL, that is importing fuel from Malta, has been resolved. And by tomorrow, all these trucks, they will load aviation fuel, diesel. I don't think they are going to be loading petroleum products, okay? According to this guy who made the announcements earlier today.
I'm glad to announce that all agreements have been put in place and the loading of the first batch of PMS, as already announced by NNPC, will commence on Sunday, 15th September 2024. And from 1st of October, NNPC will commence the supply of crude oil to Dangote refinery to be paid for in Naira. In return, Dangote refinery will supply PMS and diesel of equivalent value to domestic market to be paid for in Naira. Diesel will be sold in Naira by Dangote refinery to any interested off-taker. PMS will only be sold to NNPC. NNPC will then sell to various marketers for now. All associated regulatory costs, MPA, NIMASA, Federal Revenue, and all other regulatory or fee that are associated with this transaction will also be paid in
Naira. Now that's something that should be a very good news. And listen, I actually want to be positive. I want you to be positive too. Because this suffering is too much. Let's be honest. There's still some shady things there that I would love to ignore, but something in me is just finding it difficult to ignore it. And what are those? NNPCL said they will begin to supply crude oil to Dangote refinery. And it will be sold to him in, they will be supplying, then Dangote will be supplying NNPCL with finished product, PMS, petrol motor spirits. I'm sorry, premium motor spirits, they call it. That's petroleum. And according to them, if a liter of petrol is being sold in Nigeria right now for 1,000 Naira, 1,200, 1,300, because of subsidy. Now that Dangote will be receiving the crude oil in Naira, not in dollars. Does that mean that the price of petroleum is going to crash? Because one thing there is this. It will automatically reduce pressure on the Nigerian forex, the dollars. There will be no need anymore to demand for dollars in order to fill in the importation of petroleum and other products to Nigeria. That's a good news. They didn't give us number. They didn't give us figure. They didn't tell us how much crude oil they will be giving to Dangote and how much liter of petroleum Dangote will be giving to them that they will then be supplying to the markets. It still looks shady. I want to be positive. For once, like, you need a break. Alone, Nigerians need a break. Among other things that we have projected that have come to pass. You see this particular one. I just want to ignore some of the things that are telling me that something is not right. And I want to be, you know me, now question I'm going to ask. If only they will provide those answers, then there will be no reason for suspicion and all that, okay? Presently, Dangote refinery is currently at 45% capacity. Dangote refinery is built, right? According to them, when it is completed, it will have the capacity of 680,000 barrels of crude oil every day. Over 22 million barrels of crude oil every month. Now, Dangote refinery won't take 600 and something thousand barrels every day because it doesn't have the capacity. Now, they are still building. However, with 45% or let's say 50% of that, that is 340,000 barrels of crude oil every day. Shey Nigeria will provide that 340,000 barrels every day, which in itself will be about 10 million barrels of crude oil every month. Now, if the calculation of saying you will see 167 liters of petroleum from 1 barrel of crude oil. So if you now have 10 million barrels, multiply that by 167 liters. That simply means Dangote refinery will have the capacity, if they give him that amount of crude oil, right? That means Dangote refinery will be able to, hang on now, because I don't want to keep using that figure if it is wrong. Sorry, how many liters of petroleum products are you going to see in a barrel of crude oil? Sorry. Google. How many liters of, okay, let me just type it. So usually I believe it's around there. Let's even use 150 liters in 1 barrel. Okay? Or averagely, let's say 120 liters of petroleum you get in 1 barrel of crude oil. I'm using a rough estimate now, okay? So that then means that if Dangote is going to be getting 10 million barrels of crude oil every month from NNPCL, then multiply that by 120 liters. So that should give you how much? That should give you over 160 million, 1.6 billion liters of petroleum products every month. That's a lot, Abi. That's a lot. So what that means is that, number one, they won't need to pay any, somebody said 150 or so, right? So that means that Dangote refinery will have the capacity to churn out, to produce over 1.5 billion liters of petroleum products every month. Nigeria only need, from what we know, about 90 million liters a month. Here you get. So what that means then is that if Dangote can produce, for example, produce enough, that means Dangote can produce more than enough. And since Nigeria is not going to pay subsidy, and this whole thing is coming in by Naira, that is a big, big win if they give us figure. I'm not sure if they are going to give him that, if that is the deal. And yes, it's something around that. So if that's the deal, that means Nigeria, Dangote, with this arrangement with the NNPCL, Dangote alone can produce all of the needed petroleum products you need in Nigeria the whole year. So then when you take subsidy out of it, so that means the nearly $1 billion or $1.2 billion that they are spending on subsidy, every month. The money they are sharing to themselves, they won't need that dollars anymore. There will be no pressure on dollar, on forex anymore. That automatically means Nigerian naira will begin to start getting stronger. Like, I mean, strong. Naira dollar will crash. And if that should happen, that is a big win. It's like a total shift. So it's going to be so sad if these guys are not being honest. I'm going to be so like really, really mad. Because I actually really think you deserve a break. You have been through so much. So much. So people are talking about they are working on availability. So availability, then affordability. So if they fix availability, then that comes to the area of affordability. So that means if the pressure on your forex drops, Nigeria can begin to actually save dollars if they earn it from the crude oil sales, right? And we all know that Nigeria no get crude oil per se, except the agreed allocation from the IOCs in Nigeria, the oil companies that are the ones that are actually extracting the crude oil. So that arrangement that they just said they agreed to from tomorrow, if it is true, sustainable, they should give us figure how much barrel of crude oil did the IOC agree to give to Nigeria. And since Nigeria have already sold their future oil prospects and they've used some of it to borrow money, how much exactly did they settle with Dangote? Because it's a big deal. Oh. It is a big deal. And I really do hope it's true and sustainable and not another lamba, because someone at the South break, wala iti poju. Iyaye iti poju. So if that should be the case, that simply means subsidy that is gone. Indeed, your crude oil can actually really serve you now. They can sell a liter of petroleum or maybe as low as 400 naira per liter. Or would they are they going to do that for you? I mean, this time around, there's no point. They're not paying dollars to anybody. They're not importing anything anymore. They're just going to take the crude oil from wherever it is, give it to Dangote. Dangote will refine it and give them the products. NNPC will distribute the products. And they can decide how much they want to sell it. In order to make sure that, number one, the stress on your forex automatically drops. Naira to dollar can crash in another few days. Will they do that? I really want them to. I really do. This one will be say person they wish them. I'm not wishing them anything right now. But if they can give us figure, this is a big deal. But there's this PTSD in me that is so difficult to trust them because they are not giving anything. They just announce. Announcement is made. Where is the crude oil coming from? How much of it are they agreeing to? And indeed, if they say it is going to be in Naira, that is also going to help your Naira become very strong. And if that happens, and the price of petroleum in Nigeria crashed, so let's say I'm not even saying you should go back to 167 Naira per liter anymore. Just come down to somewhere around there, maybe 350 or 300 Naira per liter. That will change a lot of things. But can we trust these guys? I want to. Something in me is just saying, Mayegun, be careful. This sounds too good to be true. And if something sounds too good to be true, then it is. So when I saw their PR about this, showing us all the trucks that are waiting to load, apart from us feeling sorry that that's going to be refinery, all of now we get properties around the Dangote refineries. Your nightmare is about to start. All these trucks will be using this single road, one single road to the refinery. And in the next few days, you will have another Apapa Wharf, dilapidated road and infrastructure around you. But at least, if the product is available and cheap, Nigerians deserve some break. you do deserve some break, honestly. So all fingers, let's keep all the fingers crossed. And for the first time, I'm going to agree with you that let's wish them well. Because this is a big deal if they are honest with you, honestly. Well, let's go to something else. Tomorrow is here already. This is no longer next month, next week, and all that stuff. Tomorrow is here. Okay? And we will take it on from there. Bayelsa State. One of, I mean, it's actually the highest crude oil producer in Nigeria. One of the smallest states in Nigeria with just 8 local government areas. If you put the entire Bayelsa together, they don't reach Alimosho local government area in Lagos State, as small as Lagos State is. That's not an exaggeration. Bayelsa is very small with so much money, but with lunatics, criminals who have cornered the resources of the state for themselves. Their governor is planning to build a new government secretariat for 45 billion naira. He just made the announcement.
Servants.
Building a new secretariat complex, and even when we had the Workers' Day, that was one of the demands of the workers of Bayelsa State. And we know how offices have been cramped and how we have been spending monies, hiring and paying rent. And we believe that that has to come to a stop. And the only way is for us to now build a new secretariat.
Briefing journalists shortly after the ESCO meeting, the Information Commissioner, Ebiowu Kokwuobeai, and her counterparts in the Ministry of Works give more insight on the proposed structure.
The contract will be awarded through the Central Procurement Board of Bayelsa State. The building itself is a 9-story structure. The time frame for the completion of the project is estimated to be 30 months, and the project is to be constructed at the cost of not more than 45 billion naira.
In that secretariat, a crèche is already part of what we are expecting, and other facilities are also there. And I want to believe that at the end, the workers will be happy and the state will look more beautiful.
Other decisions reached at the meeting also include the state government's move to grant loans to medium, small and micro business owners as part of efforts to boost the socio-economic landscape of the state.
The way to fund it is for the Bank of Industry to bring 2 billion naira and the state government also to bring 2 billion naira. The beauty of this scheme is that loans will be granted to these enterprises in a single-digit basis.
Only servants.
Bayelsa. Very, very unfortunate states with unfortunate leaders. It's unfortunate. But yeah, they have so much money with foolish criminal leaders who have no idea what to do with it than to open the conduit pipe on how to siphon the money. Unfortunate is an understatement. The staff or the civil servants, you say, in Abia State, well, they are having a difference under Alexoti. When an announcement was made that all of their outstanding, unpaid allowances, salaries, that were owed them by the former government of their states have all been paid up to date. Boom, they erupted in so much jubilation that you think the money they paid them was a gift and not their own sweat that some criminals in the past actually shared looted, and they were left in the cold. Somebody came, cleared it, and they are so grateful. Okay, man, no ruin now. And everybody says that as Abia states continue to enjoy what they believe is the dividend of democracy, where some people deny them that, they should never forget the woman that made it happen. A woman that rejected the offer of 2 billion naira to truncate the will of the people during the election. Professor Mrs. Unanaya Oti, the woman that rejected the INEC electoral return officer at the time, that rejected all the bribe to rig the election for PDP and announced the authentic result by following the only result uploaded onto the IRF during that election. She insisted that she will only announce the result on IRF, not the result written on some piece of paper. And she stood her ground, made the announcement before they could shush her, And today, Abia people, Oza, whatever Alex Otti has been able to replicate for all of them. Professor Unanaya Oti. That's from Abia State. And also, the Nigerian army, yeah, you know we don't like them. At the same time, we should also commend them whenever they show working. Yesterday, we saw the neutralization of Buzu, one of the Kachala Buzu, one of the Fulani terrorist leaders. The one we were told was actually his senior boss to Bello Turuji got neutralized. He was on TikTok a day before, bragging, threatening. Then a few hours after that, his bullet-riddled body was on social media. It was dead, killed, cold. They've also killed another leader of the same Fulani terrorists in Zamfara. And according to them, they said, they've actually been so successful in the last few days that we should give them credit for it. I'm not probably going to be like, jubilate or celebrate, but we should acknowledge their efforts. If we point out all their failures, let us also point out at least their successes too. To the point that Musa, the supposed chief of army staff, chief of defense staff of Nigeria, was so proud of these guys. The reason why the Fulani terrorists have been roaming everywhere and wrecking havoc is because those who are their sponsors are those in government. It's not because they are invincible or powerful that they can't be crushed. But when your system is compromised and Nigerian soldiers are made to be playing defense in fighting these ragtag terrorists. So maybe once in a while when they let them do their job, let us kind of acknowledge that. It felt so good and so proud that he had to promise every soldier participating in that operation that is clearing these guys in Niger and Zamfara. He promised them ₦1 million each. Incredible, yeah? Here, the chief of defense staff of Nigeria commending the soldiers who did all this in the last 72 hours.
Who are those ones that did the operation today? Okay, who are the soldiers with you? How many? 700. Okay, all right, so that's good. So I'm giving you guys ₦1 million. Is that clear? You go and share. To show you that we appreciate you. You hear?
Oh, I'm disappointed. I didn't hear him right before. I actually thought he gave them ₦1 million each. Okay, he gave them ₦1 million to go and share. ₦1 million, that's just about 450 pounds. What? 450 pounds to fight notorious terrorists and kill their leaders? Okay. Anyway, soldiers, if you see my video, even myself, I want to say thank you and thanks for your work. So when you kill terrorists, you should be commended. And when you are used to kill the citizens, you should be condemned. On this one, thank you. I know some of you would like that. You're going to thank them. See, please let me thank them. It is the right thing to do. We know how compromised the entire thing is, how poorly paid they are. Ordinarily, if they are allowed to do their job, these ragtag Islamic terrorists they don't have that kind of, even people themselves. Like if people are allowed to defend themselves, we can take care of these terrorists ourselves. But because the entire system is so compromised, enough, that's why all our lives are in danger and we are all waiting to be killed like animals being led to the abattoir. But we'll leave that and go to the next one. Jagaban Karim, as you are all existing in this Thiefnubu, you can keep going. If it don't kill you, it will make you stronger. Oh, I'm thinking of us taking calls. So if not, I would continue with the rest of what I have here. We'll take calls. Let's have a chat. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of that before we call it a night. But if you have to go this evening, please like the broadcast. Maybe even subscribe onto my channel if you haven't. Others, please stay behind. Grab your phone you might have one or two things to add to what I have shared so far. But I will be back in a minute or two. So that is me back, okay? So I was thinking of us taking calls, but if if the time before us and all that is not going to let that, okay? We may call it a night as well. But let me tell you something, okay? On Mayegun's Diary Political, there is this my song, the song that says, if they do what they have to do, it will be acknowledged. It doesn't make us their friends. And when we sort of expose all their rots, all right? Because some of them actually, a lot of them actually involved lives, right? And it is not in our place, okay, to just condemn and condemn and condemn because it makes us, I don't know if it makes you feel better. That is not my Ego's Diary Political. Calling the attention of the rogues to what they are doing wrong, is because we want them to possibly do it right. And if they can't, then they can just watch the entire place burn. Don't insult me by trying to make me feel like, or kind of drop a comment like, Mayegun, this is not you. That's an insult. I acknowledge what's right they've done, as much as we've also acknowledged all their shortcomings. You don't look at me and then turn around and say, Mayegun, this is not you. Unless you are beginning to like, you are insulting me, and people like yourself, I don't know how your mind works. When I said this, on Mayegun's Diary Political, calling attention to all the biases and the rest, it's also because we want them to change. And in the process of changing, a life could be saved. Don't ever talk to me like that. By saying, acknowledging the good things and exposing the rots, or also exposing the rots and acknowledging the right thing done, simply automatically makes me what? Compromised and trying to be their friend. Africa Wala, that means remove that person from my platform. Please go and read that comment. It's there. Somebody just said, Mayegun, this is not you. It is an insult. If you think I am actually an hateful person, right, who just want to come here every now and then and condemn only. No, I want to see things done right too. That doesn't mean that I'm interested in that their contraption to remain what it is. It simply means that we are enlightened minds. All right? We are not just a sadist, people who just, who just want to rev and all of that in all the bad stuff alone. So that's an insult if you say that to me, to my face, or on my platform. You are not coming here every night to come and listen to all the bad news alone. Is that why you come here every night? Thank you very much. African Walla, there's one Werey that said that thing. Let me check the name again. Quickly. Sorry. I need you to help me remove that person right now. Please. It's an insult for you to look at me and say, if I acknowledge the right done by these criminals, that automatically makes me compromise or something. That's an insult. You won't do that again here. All right? Thank you. Here. Hello.
Maegun Baba.
Baba Galagba. How are you, sir?
Ifadela from Canada.
Hey, Chief. Sir Akinola, I prefer that. How are you today, sir?
I'm well. I just want to quickly speak to one thing, Werey Wike.
Right.
Yeah, so you can see what corruption and compromise can do. When it was asked that question, what happened between you and Fubara? He couldn't answer it.
No.
But he was very, very strong to speak to all PDP. If anybody born of a woman, his anger was very high because he had settled all of them. This is the effect of corruption, that everybody cannot speak. Corruption in high places, corruption in low places. Look at the man speaking to a whole nation. This used to be the biggest party in Africa.
You remember PDP, and look at what they have been reduced to, sir.
They have been reduced to nothing because they are corrupt. Simple. This is what is destroying our nation. This is what is destroying our society. Any country, anything that is built on corruption can never produce anything positive. If giver is your Lord, the person that has given you anything at any point in time, you are his subject. That is what Werey Wike is doing. Our nation cannot move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Keep
much,
up this
sir,
good
for
work.
pointing that out
God
as
bless
well.
you.
I actually felt that too, but thank you so much, and you have a good one, Baba. So that says Sir Akinola from Canada, a very good one. Werey Wike, he believes that he would rather wait for any one of them, okay, that will kind of come onto the national television and say whatever they think they are saying behind him before he will know what to say or what to do. I mean, it's so obvious that is the one that's playing anti-party, somebody that should have been not suspended or expelled. Take a look at this, what they have, when they made the announcement of suspending Dino Melaye. You know that Canary Dino, Canary Dino as a loudmouth. I don't think he's done any sort of, in their party, right? I haven't seen it. I mean, I don't know any record of Canary Dino doing anti-party like that of Werey Wike, brazenly, like Werey Wike displays it in public. But they've already signed this removal, suspension, indefinite, I think. Right? But Werey Wike was on national television saying he dares them to come onto the national TV and say, what they said they are saying behind him for a whole PDP. That's what they've been reduced to. I have another caller. Hello.
Hello, Baba Mayogu himself.
Papa, how are you, sir?
I'm good. And you? I can see you are glittering. You are glittering. You are good now.
Well,
you are good.
I need to chop well so I can actually
have fun. Yes, your voice is coming out, self, and you are hitting hard. So I love that. I can say I love that. But waiting, I go talk for this matter now. You see, say if I think we can do something. Sometimes we go replay some your videos where you don't do, I go say the programs where you don't do, where you don't talk about this weekend matter. You know, say Nigerians, we they forget so easy. We can store 500 billion of River State and use it to campaign for presidency, and he lost. Now the money where he share to these people, where you know win. Now the people now make it dear them. This is what is happening.
Come out.
They come out. Yes, now. You don't talk them before now. If people have been going through your videos, sometimes I say, if people they go, all this mistake, we're not going to make them because you don't they talk this thing. You talk and say we can store their 500 billion. Now the 500 billion, I make them put Fubara. Fubara was his accountant general. Yes. Fubara was the one planning the money. Yes. So now what do they do? When AFCC come for Fubara, he now asked Fubara to stay, live in government house. Fubara was not going out.
For 2 years before election.
You said it now. You said all this thing. So now Fubara now he quickly make him accountant general because already that money have goofed. They have goofed. He have shared the money to Kambowa and all these people. That's why he's daring them. He's daring them, saying, if you know Funa talk, you go talk, say whether you give you millions, you know deliver. You didn't deliver because if you deliver, he could have been the president by now. Now, not be so.
So that was the arrangement. Even at their convention, right? When he was screaming and saying that he will support anybody, I will support anybody that emerge. He was expecting himself to emerge, or better still, to become the vice president. He lost both, and he ran mad.
He lost both. He ran mad. Now he won't call user. If to say Nigeria is aware that they govern well, we can even the president should be in prison by now. EFCC is not working. They are only chasing poor people. They are just chasing innocent poor people that is in Nigeria. I want to ask you, if any of this one is establishment they have in Nigeria, if they say any of them is working sincerely, I think Nigeria will be better. But all of them have been bastardized. No one. People will keep on telling people this thing. Another thing I want to tell people, I just want to use this media. If you think that people don't have anything that he has done, just goof off yourself. Stop calling that man. That man have not done. If you know the kind of hatred they have over this man, assuming this man have eaten any money, Soludo could have showed the whole Nigeria that people
Soludo wrote letter now. Saying that Peter Obi is going to put them in a very bad spot for trying to be president, saying he won't be president. But if he had any compromise on him, he go don't release them now.
You go okay. Now to tell you now, a sitting governor writing a letter about a governor that has left for for almost 8 years. He left the post for you to climb. If to say this man have any evidence that say Peter will be thief one car.
We Obino now. Obino we succeeded him in the EFCC. In the EFCC case.
Okay, so now to tell you say they no get anything. All this one where Thiefnubu they sponsor both Aburi because you don't change the Papa with waiting the other one name. You don't the governor of Ogun State don't stop to they give them money. Now they don't come back to join Aburi now. Thiefnubu don't they sponsor them because now those one make the content is all these people. Assuming Nigeria is a workable place, these people should be in prison, cooling off, all of them should be cool. Okay, look at what they did in Meduguri, which you said, Meduguri, they give you people, this give you a warning, say 10 years ago, on you people, if I continue, if Nigeria is a place who people have brain, what Thiefnubu and his cohort and do to Nigeria, using Nigerians to play. I saw one reportage in Al Jazeera showing Kaduna, I think either Kaduna or Kanu, where children in the hospital, children are marish. I can't even know how to say this. They are not eating well.
Where the food?
They don't eat well. They do food. Even the hospital are saying that they will be running out of medicine and all this and that. Look at how Thiefnubu buy all the media. No media that is working. They are not doing any investigation, journalism. They can't leave the whole job for you. My brother, God will bless you.
Amen.
You go there, talk them. Who are here, go here. Who on here go here? If they call protest, make them no go protest. Mayogu, from this night, I don't change my mind. I don't say anybody wait there for Nigeria, apart from my mama, will see there alive. Anybody carry your cross. If una like, make una no protest. Make they carry their cross, because I think their mumu never do. Their mumu, upon say this man, what they call him, area father. Don't say our mumu suppose don't do. See, Nigerian people are still under the mumu. How can somebody who no go school come they rule us? They put us in all this. He say leave them nan, leave them because now your tribe, your thief is better than my thief. Your thief is better than thief. That is what is going on in Nigeria. I don't understand these people. Look at all these people say they are the religious leaders, which are criminals on the disguise. The one where tire me and this one where they come social media, people where they for abroad, where suppose they teach their people, say, see, they say Igbo kill this one, come they go Yoruba kill this one. Just they distract themselves. Thiefnubu paid all these people, they will be causing all this distraction. My people, nobody should be distracted. These people can never change unless you change them. Mayogu have said
and
this
they
thing.
will stop
He said
until
that
you stop
they
them.
will never stop until you stop them. I don't understand our people. If they call for protest on 1st October, people, call your people as you are listening to me, as you tell your people to participate. These people will never stop unless we stop them.
That's right.
They will never stop. Mayogu have said it time without number.
Thousands of times.
These people can never stop unless we stop them. Thank you very much.
No Messiah is coming to save anyone. At least we are clear about that one. Okay. See, the purpose of Mayegun's diary political is to make sure that, right, all the necessary information are made available, so that you, as a supposed enlightened mind, you have what to work with. So if people are trying to deceive you, put wool over your eyes. Then if you let that happen, it is not the fault of the person who is deceiving you. It will be your own fault. Because if you pay attention very well, you realize that those who are shortchanging you and the rest of them, they are not working alone. They have the media, they have the traditional institutions, they have different institutions that are already compromised. Their main job is to mislead you. But on Mayegun's diary political and platforms like this, where you have access to some of this information, they have to be truthful. I have to be truthful to you. If you want to make an informed decision, then I have to make sure that whatever I see, except if I have a hidden agenda, to also mislead you. And that will be so, it's going to be like a double jeopardy. We are already being misled enough that a lot of us grew up with so much wrong information, deliberately infused in us, ingrained in us. We're conditioned to think in a certain way. That's why it's so difficult these days, right? To convince adults that what they believe is wrong. They will be fighting you and say, what do you mean? Do you know how long I have known this? And the rest. But on Mayegun's diary political, even if I am not comfortable with some of these things myself, I still have to present them the way they are. I have my own personal opinion and let you be the judge of what you make of those information. If I join those who are manipulating and then misleading you, we are not doing ourselves any good. So that's why if somebody comes to my platform and tell me, Mayegun is like you are now liking these people, is an insult to me. Because what do I have to gain from them? What exactly would my purpose be to want to begin to like them because soldiers killed terrorists? Is it not that the soldiers were supposed to kill the terrorists? And when we see them do that, do you want me to cook a conspiracy and make it look like, oh, don't mind them, oh, they didn't kill anybody, when I know that's misleading? Then I'm not helping you. I'm not helping myself too. Every truth, every information that should be out there, even though it's a reality, it's so rare, right, to see them do the right thing. But sometimes you just have to present it that way. Because whether you like it or not, knowing the truth is what they said will set us free. What you make of that truth is also based, it's going to be yours. So somebody like me won't kind of manipulate something just because I want you to think in the right way. I mean, in a particular way. That is not helpful. At the end of the day, nothing is going to be achieved. Nothing is going to be done. And I want something to be done. Hello.
Hello, Michael.
Oh, Jam. How are you?
I'm fine, though. How are you?
I'm very well, ma'am. It's been a while.
Yes, it has been a while, and I'm glad to see that you're doing much better. I think there was a period in time where you were not broadcasted,
I was completely gone. That was for like about 5-6 days.
Yeah, you had appendicitis, I think. But you're much better, though.
Honestly, they told me that back in the hospital, they said this is the healthier you've ever been. You are more healthier than you've ever been. And I'm beginning to feel it. Like they said to me, they said after this whole surgery and everything, right? Medically and clinically, this is the healthier you've ever been. I said, really? I've never fallen sick. I've never fallen sick. I've never been to the hospital. I am not somebody who visits doctors for the 40 years of my life, Charm. I didn't have any reason to be to the hospital. So when they told me that this is the healthier you've been, I was like, okay, that means I have a rebirth. So if all of you are hearing me so loud and clear, sound, it means I'm healthy, right?
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that.
Thanks, John. Please.
Listen, Marego, I really missed you during that period, but I've been watching the broadcast, listening to everything you have to say. Nothing has changed really with this criminals in power, really. They're still dealing mercilessly with the people. I think the previous caller was saying that, listen, I think we've gotten to the point where I don't think anyone should be asking you or telling you or trying to organize you to go and protest. You should be on the streets just there by yourself,
This time, nobody should be convincing anybody.
Nobody should be convincing. Listen, I don't know how often you speak to people in Nigeria, but every time I have to speak to people in Nigeria, my goodness, in fact, things are tough. Things are tough. I don't know how moms are doing it. The kind of I don't even know the kind of gymnastics they have to do just to get through the day to feed their children and all of that. And the fathers themselves, I have wives who will say that they can't even approach their husbands because, it's crazy. Thiefnubu's economics is, I don't know what to call it. Is it, I don't know what Buhari's time was. This one is something else. It's something, I don't think Nigerians have ever experienced anything like this.
No.
Then you see the optics of having somebody like of Thiefnubu coming out of that hospital. I think you showed him coming out of the hospital.
Oh, that was yesterday.
Oh, that was yesterday.
And you know something about that, right? The message actually flew over the head of some people. They thought, showing that was actually to mock him. Meanwhile, the message behind it is just to kind of show the rest of the world how finished Nigeria is. That's your president. You get what I mean?
I 100% agree with you. Do you know, like when I was watching it, what I was saying to myself is that look at the president of the most populous black nation on earth, coming out of listen, that hospital is not the best hospital in the UK. You understand that? No. It's not the best. Forget about the fact that the royal family goes there. That is what they've done traditionally, so they don't want to move away from tradition. But that is not the best, even the best hospital in the UK. Is where, that is where the president of the most populous black African country in the whole world is coming out of.
How does that even make you feel that you come, even if you were, so many of us have kind of like mentally detached ourselves from that place, but how did that make you feel as a person and say, man, this is why I've detached myself from Nigeria. I cannot be living this embarrassment in my life. This is not right.
Exactly. How else do you want to, what else do you need to tell people that black people can't take care of themselves? That black countries cannot govern themselves? The fact that the country, you have Nigerians who are well-read, who are experts in their field. And let me tell you what will shock you is that whilst he's in that hospital, he's probably being treated by a Nigerian doctor, taken care of by a Nigerian nurse.
That's right.
There's I feel like there's a 70% chance that that's what happened in that place.
Yes.
And then you have to look at that man.
We have a member of this platform that worked in that same hospital for over 20 years. She retired from there, Lady Flora. So which simply means that there's possibility that there is a chance that a certain percentage of their specialists, nurses, and then other people who work in the place are from Nigeria. There is a chance that a certain percentage, a substantial percentage of those who work in the hospital are Nigerians, from Nigeria.
Absolutely. And so what does this say? That we don't have an enabling environment. No, not even us Thiefnubu, just from, the leadership that we had, since the so-called, independence, which you and I know that we're not independent. Because if the most populous Black country can get itself and become what it is meant to be, there's no reason for any so-called Nigerian to be outside the country in the first place, because we know that we have the capacity and the ability to do more than even the world gives us credit for. Okay. Now, there was something that I really want to appreciate you, Mayego, because I think I started watching your show over a year ago. All right. And your show, your broadcast really makes me think. I really, really start to think about the world we live in and the things that are going on in the world today. And I've come to that conclusion that you see this so-called democracy that have been sold to us, right? It is not valuable to us in any way, shape, or form at the end of the day, because I feel like democracy is a smoke screen that they use so that one person can be in power and they can have some kind of serious dictatorship without being a dictator, a dictatorship without the appearance of being a dictatorship under the guise of democracy is what we have going on in Africa and in most countries, even here in America. Whether if they choose to acknowledge it or not, that is up to them. I see democracy as a big farce. The center, especially in Nigeria, the center is too powerful. It is too strong. It needs to be neutralized.
Even if they say democracy is about the people, we all know that people who are supposed to be the center point of that democracy, they are not in true essence of
absolutely.
It.
Exactly, in the true sense of it, right? The people have never been in power. It's they told us that it is government by the people for the people, or by the people for the people, or something like that, right? But that has never been the case. No. What we've always had is one person telling us, and then all of us gathering together instead of realizing what our power is, that when they tell us these things, but we know that we're the majority and we know that whatever they're telling us is the wrong thing, we just sit down and fold our arms. This is why we are here where we are, right? Even as a people, you've been sold this idea that, you elect leaders.
By calling a periodic election, that makes you think you are important. You are part of it. Or in America, corporations decide your elections. In Africa, the same capitalist, neo-colonialist, they determine who rule laws. And the people are just made to believe that they are part of it when they are not.
Absolutely. Mayego, you know what? And I said that, just listening to your show on a daily basis, and you start to think and you realize that democracy is just a piece of rubbish. It doesn't work anywhere. And it is just an illusion that has been sold to people, especially in Africa, that, you as a people can choose and can decide and can do this and do that. But we know we're not doing any of that. So I think this my little rant is really for when we break up the contraption, because the contraption has to be broken up, right? Or when we now decide on regional government, please, people out there, when it happens, look for another form of governance, not democracy, not whatever it is that they're telling to us.
Even if you have to kind of have the democracy, it should be your own African themed.
It should be
democracy.
It should be the kind, and I will say that the center should never be this as strong as it is in Nigeria. The center should never be this strong. And the more people you have, the more people those so-called corporations will find it difficult to bribe everyone. You can't bribe everyone. As long as you make it important that there are more people that that speak to a decision being made, right? You're going to find it difficult. But once you have like a leader or a so-called center that is strong and that can be easily manipulated, then you will have you will not be able to. You can't decide. You can't be in a position of strength and be decisive, because there are other people who are more powerful than you decided. But when you make that center weak, very weak, right? That even if they come and bribe them, they know that they're bribing, that's their own business. It's try your luck, because maybe that person cannot convince thousands of people that, okay, they should go this way, because everyone has their own mind and there's an understanding that this decision is going to be a collective one as opposed to, one person, My dear, that is my rant for today.
I mean, you've let it out. I like that too, right? You know, democracy is considered a deceit to so many people. Others are saying, well, you know, when I was in secondary school, right, and I was, I happened to be one of the best students in government in my school days, right? So usually when they tell you about types of government, they will tell you advantages, disadvantages, or merits, demerits, right? So to some people, they believe that the disadvantages of democracy outweighs the advantages. But because democracy is a system of government that gets so much PR, so everybody just kind of you know moved with it and say, you know what, it's not perfect.
But
yeah, man.
I mean, you're 40 years old now, right? 40 years and more, and you've been doing this for a long time. I think my understanding is you've been doing it
for over nearly 12 years now. Yes,
for nearly 12 years now, and you've been looking not only at the political situation in Nigeria or in Africa. You've been looking at the politics around the world.
Yes.
You can see the manipulation that even goes on in mainstream media. The manipulation that went on in mainstream media is just, is now.
Exactly.
And this has been happening even down to the education that we were receiving, and especially removing things like critical thinking. Removing things like critical thinking then does easily allows people to be manipulated, to be, to start people. Some people don't even know their own mind. Some people are reacting. They don't even know why they're reacting. Like, like you rightfully, somebody said, "Oh, I hate Igbo people," or "I hate Yoruba people." Ask the person, why do you hate Igbo people? Why do you hate Yoruba people?
But they are heard that the Igbos are always like, the Yorubas are always like that. But you. What's your experience? Tell us why.
What's your own experience? Tell us why you.
I just hear that they hate our people. No, listen. Fine, you heard Abi. What is your own view about them? They can't tell you.
They can't tell you. And that's what I've realized there. And even as a child, I will be honest with you, growing up, whenever I noticed that there was a whole lot of movement around you liking a certain thing, or you liking a certain person, or you liking a certain program and everything, I always used to go the other way. I don't know why, because I just felt like, why do
all of us are facing the same side? Like something is not right.
Why do you want me to face the same direction? I will face the other way. Let me see how far I go. Highest, if I end up in a way that I'm not supposed to end up, I can turn around and follow the masses.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to follow everybody. You say, but no, you need to listen to. I say, no, I'm not. No, because that's why it should be as a human being, right? You should be able to make some decisions for yourself. Question your own judgments, right?
Absolutely.
That's what life should be. But in the world we live today, where everybody is expected to behave like a robot.
Exactly.
And if you behave any way different, you are called a rebel. That's not right.
You're called a rebel. You're called they call you all kinds of names.
Yeah.
When all you have done is actually
think outside the box.
Think for your own self. Something that is God given to you. Your ability to think for yourself and to decide for yourself. Yeah. And I feel like democracy, the way it is done today, strips you of the power to decide for yourself which way you want to go. Yeah. And that's why I'm saying that going forward, this branch is not even about Nigeria, because I feel like the place should be, uncoupled. Let the different regions start to govern themselves. But whilst they're governing, let's remember that this democracy doesn't work for us. It has never worked for us. It is something that was given to us, not for our own benefit, but for the benefit of the people giving it to us, right?
Thank you, John.
It has to be something that, when we decide on our own, that we should do it a different way, a way that doesn't give people power over us, going forward.
I like that. You should have a wonderful weekend, okay? And it's such a pleasure to hear from you again, right?
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Take care.
Yes, you too. That's a charm, our lady. And I have got this, my brother here, all hail Biafra, all hail Oduduwa. E82, thank you. I also have on the line with us tonight the Prince Jeje Man, representing. Is it there? Hello, can you hear me? Right. So we probably have a problem connecting that call. So I'm going to say to those of us who are still here with us, remember, if you haven't really liked the broadcast, okay, please do now, right? Please, because the program is going to come to an end in the next 20 minutes max. or even before that, okay? You do not want to miss out totally if you haven't really liked that, okay? So thank you. And yeah, the African Wahala, I think if the individual that tried to get to me earlier, you know, I'm not trying to make anyone uncomfortable, okay? I have told you all here that on Mayegun's Diary Political, right, we are adults, okay? And you can disagree with me, but don't ever insult my intelligence, okay? You can say, I disagree with that. I saw some people who said, nobody should thank them, they are just doing their job. Great, if that's how you feel. But don't turn around and begin to kind of point fingers at me and say, you, Mayegu, that's so like, that's very low. And I don't like reading or seeing people say that. Because most of you, you know, most people say things, right? And they say them just simply because sometimes they want you to possibly just feel, be or think the way they feel. I don't know how you feel. All right. Mayegun's Diary Political is not to groom you to be an ignorant, you know, sort of ignorant hater. You can be an hater of the entire system. The reason why some of you would say yourselves here that I dislike this contraption is because you have enough reasons to say, I don't like this contraption. But do not turn around and then face Mayegun, the supposed teacher, and begin to point fingers at me. I'm suspecting you. If you're suspecting me, don't be on my platform. I'm not here to convince you to possibly like agree with me all the time. No. But if you disagree with me on principle and all of that, I will respect that. Okay? It's like somebody who says, you know, when you are abusing yourselves, when we're in primary schools, right? I remember that. But this one is a joke, okay? They say, look at your head like a baluma. Oh, look at your nose like your own nose like a trailer. Say, look at your eyes like that of so and so. Oh, look at your leg be like a chewing stick. Oh, look at your neck be like a turning stick. And then the next thing is like, look at you. You look like Thiefnubu. Say, hey, Abogun won't kill you ni. In your life, don't ever say I look like Thiefnubu. You automatically take offense. That's exactly what it is like when somebody look at me and say, I say you don't like this Nigeria. Are you insulting me? That one is something I won't forget. So I don't like people say that to me. Because you have no reason to say that to me. Other than just because you probably feels like I am not saying things you want me to say or how you want me to say it. Like I said, we are all adults, okay? Don't ever in your life, for any reason, try to turn around and say, I'm suspecting you this Mayegun. If you suspect me, don't be on my platform. Get the hell out of here. Okay? It's as simple as that. Like they say, he who you work with, he who you befriend, don't suspect them. The one you suspect, don't befriend them. Okay? So don't come onto my platform and then begin to point and make some baseless accusations like, because I have actually shown you something that I thought you should see. Then you can one-on-one, yes, will start for maybe 500, another 500, add another 500, 2,000 within a short within a minute. You could wonder, say, Papa Claude, anything you a jet yo. If anybody wanted me, I say, I can see that you are beginning to love Nigeria. Show me insult me. Hello. Something is really wrong. Can you hear me?
All hell Biafra, all hell Dudua.
All hell Biafra, all hell Odua. Something is wrong with Prince Jejeman's line. Sometimes I pick his call, and suddenly, right, it just got off. How you doing, Baba? You took his place.
I'm good. Yeah, representing IPOB.
Exactly. I'm saying that again because I don't know if he's still there, unfortunately. But it's good to have you too. How are you, Baba?
Yes, it's been a while. I took a little break. You know, I was a little burnt out, you know, working behind the scenes. There's things I can't talk about, but it's very treacherous. My God, it's very, very treacherous.
It's good that you are back. At least adding your voice
yeah.
as usual, man.
Yes, yes. You need that daily dose of Mayegu, you know what I mean, to keep the mind balanced,
At least, even if it's just a little.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, those that is I guess second guessing you or questioning you, you know what I mean? I'm sure they probably
There was a time that people come onto my platform to plant doubts, right?
Yeah.
They will say, some will be like, well, this Mayegu is a Yoruba man. I don't trust Yoruba. If you don't trust Yoruba, get the hell out of my platform. Others will come and say, well, this Mayegu, if they give him money now, it will change. People do. I mean, I've had people who come in and said, Mayegu, please don't change. I usually take that and say, well, okay, thank you for saying that, but I mean, come on. That's a direct insult for you to look at me and say, after 12 years of taking these guys to the cleaners, right?
Yeah.
Then you look at me and say, Mayegu, please, don't change you. And I'm like, okay, all right, okay, I'll take that. But don't say that to me again. Because it's an indirect way of saying, I don't really trust you. Then I'm like, but again, it is what it is.
My good, don't take it as an insult. You know what it is also is being that they're from that contraption, that zoological contraption.
Experiences as well. So that's why I don't really take that much as insult.
Yes.
Like I've seen people who have been so very ardent critic of these guys, only to end up as their praise singers. I get it, right?
Yes.
But sometimes the way people kind of say it, is pretty much like, no, come on, man.
I mean, you've been tested and tried, so at this point, yeah. But, you will come from a place in that region where no one trusts their shadow, I know. Yeah. Yeah, it's really bad. It's awful. It's awful that goes on in that place. And I mean, people talk about, maybe we should bring it to a regional thing. There's no such thing as regional, nothing. The best solution is break it down. We cannot be part of an entity called Nigeria. No. It doesn't work. It's cursed. It's designed to be a failure and only benefit those the so-called leaders are the puppets, and the real master is the Britain. Yep. And you know what I mean? So yes, and the West. So no matter what, it's not going to be fixed. I was talking to somebody 2 days ago in New York City.
Right.
I just listened to him. He just talked and talked and talked. My God, I tell you, like for 30 minutes, he just kept talking. How we should be together. I know you guys suffered, but if we could get rid of these leaders, we could actually make this place better. I asked him, so what's the reason why you're in America right now? Why is the reason why I'm in America right now? It's because if our place was good, we all would have been back there. We wouldn't have ventured out.
That's right.
So, and he just recently, and then he was telling me how he worked in the government in Abuja, and then they did something, and then he bought a property, and then they end up trying to take his property and things like that. Mind you that he even have paperwork for it. It happened to him, but still, it happened to him, but some of these people, you have to understand that they suffer from PTSD. You think they're on the right page with you as you're reasoning with them. In 1 second, they switch back to that old mentality and actually propping up for a better Nigeria. So I also asked them like this: either you for it or you're not for it, or for the breakup for it.
There's no in between.
Yeah, there's no in between, because we've gone through this for over 60-something years. It hasn't gone further. We haven't even moved up, where we could say, yeah, we have progress. Rather, we're digressing and going back. Because if we've done if you've done your research, even before they amalgamated the entity called Nigeria in 1914, even before that, it was still bad. It's just now that we're more aware of what's going on and we're doing our research. The proof is in the pudding. Nothing has changed about Nigeria. It's still the same thing. It's just another year. The same nonsense, same crooks, same tribalism, same religious, daddy geos. Everybody's a mafia there, So let's stop talking about, doing this. We need to break that place up, and it's actually breaking in front. Thiefnubu leaves the country, doesn't tell anybody, and then boom, we have people watching. We have eyes all over now. It's not like before, where they could just say anything and get away with it.
Yeah.
We have social media. We have our phone. Our phone is the most powerful tool ever.
It is
so they could sneak out the country.
Man.
Yes.
Especially for
me,
supposedly from Nigeria, making use of the internet and social media. It is the greatest invention that if we embrace it, our liberty, our freedom can actually be secured through it. And I am ready to use it myself, push it to the limits until we all agree to do something we've not done before. Break up the contraption.
Yes.
Try something new.
Yes. Yes, we have to, because it's not working. It's insanity for us to keep trying same thing over and over, expecting,
that's right.
So we must just come to our senses. Yes, the people there are damaged. Their minds have been damaged. PTSD. They have done so much, but one way or another, this thing is going down, and they better be prepared. If not, they're going to be put on the wayside, and we're going to keep moving forward, because this thing cannot go on longer. They cannot play with people's lives any longer. It's costing us so much money here in diaspora, sending money back there. It's never enough.
It's never enough.
You send money to help somebody. Oh, let me start a business. You start a business. Next month, boom, it's all gone.
Yeah.
There's a story. There's always a story.
To keep them in business.
Can you imagine?
How do you live like that?
You keep pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. Nothing. What kind of life is this? Michael, let me let you go. I know other people want to call in. I just want to touch base with you. It's good to hear from you. Good to see you. Keep up the good work. My regards to the family.
Thanks, man.
Yes.
You have a good
All right, later.
Okay? And I appreciate that super chat as well, right? God bless you.
Yes, no problem, man. I got you. People, hit the like button, man. Come on. We can't be 1,200 people on here and only have 630 likes. Come on, people.
That's what it is. People are always very much economical with their likes. So I'll manage the one they've given already. You have a good one yourself, okay? So I am going to take my last call, and then we can call it a night. It's when I first started Mayogun's Diary Political, that will go live like this. Let me give you this background quickly. I have dealt with a lot of different people, right? There are people who feels like what I am doing is a waste of time from the word go. I never saw it that way. Even though I kind of never probably envisaged a time will come that I'm going to have a lot of disciples like this who dedicate their time, hours, to share with me almost every day, right? But I used to have people called the jibers, right, who just come around to, usually, from the beginning, there were those who felt like I was wasting away my life. I should go get busy and just ignore all of these things. Then they will come here and say, oh, Baba, leave this Nigeria, Jared, leave this Nigeria issue, Jared, just face your life. So initially, I kind of felt pretty much like, or should I say, like from that moment, I knew then that people who said that to me, it's not because they liked me. It's not because they cared about me. It was because they probably saw what I didn't see. That if this guy should continue, he may end up igniting something bigger than him that he himself have no clue or idea of yet. This was years ago. So they will come around like they were advising me, like they care so much for me. But meanwhile, all they were doing was just to make sure that they off that light, they off that burning light inside. Because if you look straight into my eyes, right, you can see that burning desire of somebody who wanted something to change, who wanted something better than what we have been offered. Then another set of jabbers came. Those ones started taking note of the way I talk or the way I speak. So to them, I wasn't speaking correct English. So they will be there. You are all this your nonsense English that is all this English, all these sentences, all this yeah. I wasn't swayed because they were called jibers. People to make you feel like you are not worth it. Whatever it is that is driving you is pure, go and get a life. I'm talking about people who have no life, who had no life. Yeah. So they projected that on me, like they projected the fact that they are miserable people and they are low lives. So they were interested in my word usage, my sentences, my this and that, and all of that. But I also got them and I got rid of them, which is I overcame them. Then another set came that were wondering, why are people kind of listening to this guy? This guy is just using you. And they're like, how is he using us? He's expressing himself. He's talking about all the vices that affect every one of us, whether now or it's going to be later. So they will drop all their comments in my program. They will drop different comments to make that. So when I read that, the comments, they never really get to me, but I always respond. And when I responded, I always kind of get back to them in a very harsh way. Then another set of jibers came. Those ones were those called the doubting planters. So they will plant doubt in the comments because they know you are all going to read the comments. And there are those who probably feel the same way, but they don't know how to say it. So once they put that, this one is a Yoruba man. This guy is working for, this guy is being paid by, now some people, they pay this guy. I know this guy. They don't know me. I don't know them. But they usually kind of, this were the early days, early years. So then when that didn't work, then they started coming for me directly. Like, why do you want to divide the people? Why are you asking people to stand up? And why don't you come back and do it for them? That also didn't work. Because at the end of the day, Nigeria always gives me reason to come here every night to remind all of you that if you are not a victim yet, you are going, it's a matter of time you're going to be a victim. But over time, the victims themselves started coming onto this program to give their testimonies. Mayogun, what you just said happened to my sister. That thing you just said right now happened to my family. Do you know that you know what I mean? Now, all of this, they kept giving me the reasons why I can't really stop until something is achieved. So when I see jibers, when I see those who kind of want to come into the midst of people and want, scatter it, I later learned that the best is to get rid of them. They have no use. They have nothing. These are just people that will prefer nothing is done, nothing is said. Let's keep the status quo the way it is, because there's nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. We can cry from today till tomorrow. Nothing will change. But they are surprised that people are becoming more and more aware, and they are interested in changing a lot. And for somebody like me, until I drop dead, right? I won't stop until I see that thing change. I strongly believe in that, by the way. So on this note, I'm going to take my last call this evening. And I hope you are still there. Are you?
Are they here? No shaking,
Now,
Baba.
this time around, you try. This is Prince JJ Man, the Prince.
Yes, sir.
Finally.
Representing IPOB for life.
So how are you tonight, Baba?
Baba,
So I just needed to remind anyone who comes onto my program that now I have disciples. I have people who have actually really been on this journey with me for years.
Yes, Yes,
So before you
Baba.
come on here to say anything about Mayegu, be careful. There are those
Naso,
that will take it more personal, even than me. And you can no longer plant any doubts in the midst of my brethren, in my temple here. You can no longer point any dirty finger at me without people actually like sending arrows your way.
They go help and cut the finger.
God bless you. Prince Judgeman.
Yes, Baba. Well done, no?
Thanks, man.
Best way say you know they do well. The two way they do no get head. It go bring a head, go put inside, then the thing go get head.
Good.
You understand? So like as
thank you so much anyway. I know. But here we are,
yeah.
Prince.
As Akpabio talk, he said then gonna talk, then gonna shop. Okay. So I think where they there get people where gonna see their talk. Where the matter how the things they go still find one fault where they go
just to
talk
make themselves feel like this is not worth it. But to people like us, it's actually worth it if it's going to take our lifetime to achieve it.
Baba, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for your consistency, Jare.
Bless you.
You know, I want to thank Mazen Nandekano.
God bless him too.
For his own consistency. You know, there's one thing that the so-called North, especially their front men, which is Fulani, that represent them. There's something they found out now that IPOB is an institution. So if soldier go, soldier come, barrack they way they.
So
okay, so you see now they are now thinking of restructuring. You know, even though they come and go off and on, they are not steady. They don't know what they want because they believe that Nigeria is their host. So as the parasite, they will continue to drink the blood. You know, now the people that they've the monster that they've been training, all the terrorists, ISWAPO, Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen, all these people now have outgrown them. You can see that they are no longer wearing rag. They are wearing military uniform now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they have their own their soldier on their own. Yeah, most of their governors now are living in Abuja, no more in their states. Okay, I stumbled on a video where I saw the prosperity of the North when Nigeria had confederation. The prosperity of the North, if that pace was stable till this very moment, the North will be greater than Dubai that we are talking about. Dubai, which day did they started their development? Just 15 years back.
So that people should know that UAE
15 years back
until 1991.
Yes, Dubai was a desert, complete desert. Or even the ocean that they brought there, everything is artificial. These are the people that have oil, it's not just the way Nigeria have. And Nigeria's oil is one of the best in the world. Okay? So Ludo has told them there's no more money for crude oil because it has been sold 50 years, 30 years. So even the North known as their people are beginning to realize that the crude oil that the elite are dependent on has been sold by few individuals and put in their pockets. So what remains for them now is this hunger for everybody. You understand? The reason why I even called tonight is to pinpoint this criminal that is always hiding. I don't know the reason why somebody who is a troublemaker, they will bring the person to come and make peace. Is that Nigeria equation or mathematics? You can't just understand. You see this Abdul Salam, who wrote a terrorist constitution, a troublemaker that put everybody in this mess. that tied everybody. Put that constitution, when the civilian came in, all these criminal that came from Chicago, they saw that is a juicy constitution that they can use to cage everybody. That's the reason why they hold on to it. They know that constitution is faulty, completely faulty. These are the same man that gave Nigerian the constitution that brought about terrorism, brought about all this kind of hunger and death in the land. This is the person, when Nigeria is holding an election, they will come and call to come and be a peacemaker. I salute Obaseki for rejecting that for the first time.
Me too. What's the purpose? What's the purpose of any peace accord? That after they kill and maim people and declared anybody winner, right? Abdusalami and co, they will disappear until 4 years later again.
Exactly.
Another peace accord.
Exactly. You know, so thank God you pinpoint it today. You clearly exposed them, including this Coca, the one they call Coca, that Reverend. This guy was there when they killed the Christian association leader in the north. They killed him, all those Fulani Hensmen terrorists. What did he say? Did he come out to make any statement of a strong statement against that killing? No. And all the Christians, they have been massacred in the north. What you saw the other one the other day, the village that there was cleared. That is a Christian community. You can see all those people that are on the ground there. No one is putting on danchiki. They are putting on normal t-shirts. You understand? They don't dress like Muslims. If you look at that video closely again, you observe what I'm telling you. Yeah, it's Christian community that was massacred. What did that man come out to say? What is his name? Coca. He never come out. He's coming to do peace accord with the criminal Abu Salam. You see? So we have continued. Mayegu, you are doing a great job. For those that knows they are doing a great job. If people can pay to watch your program, that means you are doing wonderful. You're wonderfully well. Okay? So we salute you and we encourage you. Continue to do your good work. Since Nandekan, who is an apostle, was away. You have been doing the pastoring work. You know, continue to your good work. God bless you.
And you too.
And good night, everyone.
I know it's really good to hear from you and to hear from all of you, the first-time callers since I came back. And it's really good to be back indeed. Okay. Thanks a lot, Prince JJ Man. Enjoy the rest of your own evening as well, or the nights.
And you too, Baba. Respect to you all. Bye.
You have a good one, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, that's Prince JJ Man. And on that note, we draw the curtains this evening. Somehow, I have started feeling like I'm tired now. So I'm so sorry that those who are still trying to call in, sorry we have overshot our time. Tomorrow is another day. It doesn't matter if you don't have a chance of calling in tonight. Wherever your contribution is, you may have a chance tomorrow. You can still say it. You can still share it. Right? Until then, good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ó sì sì tún ṣeré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary Gaibi #1. Máyégún Diary Politico. Máyégún Diary Gaibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún Diary Gaibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Máyégún Diary Gaibi #1. Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó. Máyégún Diary Gaibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Ìmọ̀ àyíṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe fẹ̀. Ìmọ̀ àyíṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran.